Hello there everybody, I hope you are having a lovely day. What am I doing today? So today I thought I'd do something that I haven't done for quite a while. You see, there's quite a few new people to the channel, so thank you very much for coming. You are all amazing people. But that means there's quite a few of you that don't really know that much about me, or maybe you do, but you could know a bit more. So what I thought I'd do today, other than not being able to talk, what I thought I'd do is just find one of those get to know me tag kind of style question things and do it and answer those questions. So none of these questions or answers have been pre-prepared. I literally just found one, clicked on it, and voila. So let's see how this goes. So like I said, just some random questions, and I'm going to read them off and try and answer them as well as humanly possible. Actually, probably not that well, but you know, one can try. So question 1 is list 20 random facts about yourself. 20's a lot. I mean, the chances of me keeping count is very slim right now, but I will go for it anyway. 1, I rock climb. 2, I play the piano. 3, I enjoy YouTube way too much and are completely addicted. 4, I am really interested in Formula 1 and engineering-y things like that. 5, I'm a bit obsessed with tech, especially at the moment. My shop that I always shop at is Hollister. That's pretty much always where I get my clothing from. I once cracked my forehead open by tripping over and smacking it against the corner of a box when I was young. I'm really good at this. I'm on 7. I'm just going to take this to 10 because 20 is at least 20 too many, and I'm struggling here at 7. So 8, my favourite kind of music is mainly EDM, but I do enjoy a mixture of pretty much every single genre, bar maybe 1 or 2. I try to sing sometimes, you might have heard it. I mean, it's up to you whether I can or can't, but I have tried. And the 10th one is kind of obvious because you're watching the video, but I am a small YouTuber, and this is what I do for a bit of fun. Don't get any money from this whatsoever. I don't monetize my videos, I don't do anything like that. This is purely for fun. That's the only reason. Okay, so that is 10, and I'm sorry, but I am out. I am legitimately struggling to try and know myself right now. This is how well this is going. The get to know me tag, where the person who's actually doing it doesn't know themselves. Great job there, Craig. Next one is describe 3 legitimate fears you have and explain how they became fears. That's how you say became, honest. My first one, probably, I've always had a fear of heights. But it's gotten a lot smaller, obviously, because of climbing. But sometimes it does kick back in, especially if I'm like hanging from like 2 fingers off the edge of a grip where the rope's worryingly slack and stuff. It sometimes cuts back in, but I try and tone it down quite a lot. I'd say a second fear that only really developed, I don't want to call it a proper fear, but it's kind of this sort of fear of insects and spiders. Like, I'm not really scared of them, it's just, you know when like you open a drawer and there's one there that you're not expecting, and it like it doesn't jump at you, it's not like a hunting spider, but you're surprised by it and it sort of makes you poo yourself a bit. And this mainly came from when I was on holiday in South Africa, and we were sleeping in the bed. Where else do you sleep? I mean, come on. We were sleeping and I felt like it was like a little itch underneath my shoulder. So it's like inside the t-shirt, there's a little itch there. And so I was like, oh, I think it's like the seam over your shoulder. So I just kind of like gave it a brush and it felt fine. And then about a minute later, I felt like the same feeling, but on my stomach, like down there on my tummy. I was like, okay, that's not really I don't know any seam or any label that could be there. So I pulled it out and it was this African wasp where, like, no exaggeration, the body was like that big. It was huge. And I kind of crapped myself and just kind of went, duh, and threw it up in the air, and it landed on my brother's bed, and he's petrified of insects. So then I had to try and get it off his bed without waking him up. And then he woke up and he like nearly screamed at this insect. And I fell straight back asleep. I went back to sleep. He was then up for like the next 3 hours, unable to sleep. But you know, I was fine, so that's the important thing sorted out. The next question, what is the hardest thing I have ever experienced? Honestly, for me, that's probably my A-levels. I finished my AS year and felt happy with my exams, And the results that I got, I was not happy with at all. So this year there was a lot more stress to make sure I actually got the grades that I wanted, as opposed to feeling like I could get the grades I wanted. So that wasn't fun, like the amount of work and all that. But it's over now, so I can breathe a bit. The next question is, if I were an animal, what would I be and why? Now, I've pretty much always gone with two options for this, and I think I still agree with those two options. The two options are, number one, a cheetah. Mainly the only distinction is because I could then run very quickly, and that was pretty much the only argument ever, and I still love the idea of the argument. I am obsessed with the Flash, and I would love to be able to run even at just at cheetah speed. Forget Flash speed. At cheetah speed, it would be so cool. The second one was always a peregrine falcon. Now, this is again associated with the speed. The peregrine falcon is the fastest animal on Earth. It kind of cheats because it does just sort of plummet down, but I'm counting it. It's the fastest animal, and it's also just really cool in general. So those were my two options. Out of those, I'd probably say the peregrine falcon, just because it's so cool. Now, there are many more questions, but I'm just going to do one more, and it was, list your top 5 hobbies and why you enjoy them so much. So the number one hobby for me is probably rock climbing. It's a fun. Actually, do you know what? They're not even in an order. These are just the top 5 in whatever order. But I would say one of them is rock climbing. I've always loved it. I've mentioned it quite a few times on here. It's a really good sport because it's a really social sport. I've made some great friends doing it. It's also allowed me to get some work, helping out, helping younger people to develop their abilities in climbing. It's a great sport for keeping up with health and fitness and stuff. But other than that, it's just really good. It's really good fun, right? Especially if you've got a difficult route and you've spent a few weeks doing it. It's really good fun to get that done. The second option is obviously YouTube. Be it just watching videos or making videos or just talking to people, other people who make videos. It's a very social thing to do. It's really good fun. It's helped me to learn new techniques, new ideas. I think even just basic things like the lighting, trying to make it work for the videos. I'm trying not to look at this viewfinder, but if I'm looking at it right now, if I look at it, it doesn't look too bad. Hopefully, it should come out okay. But yeah, I've learned how to edit, I've learned how to do all the things like that, and I'm still learning how to make the edits more interesting, and maybe if I've got issues with the file, why I've got those issues, what's going on. So it's always a learning curve. The third option for me is Formula 1. This is, for people who don't know what Formula 1 is, it's the sport with the really, really fast cars that don't look like they should ever go on the road. Mainly because they shouldn't. I mean, this does technically count as a hobby. This is something that I would love to actually do work for in the future. This is why I'm going to do engineering with the sort of dream goal of being in Formula 1. Formula 1 has always been an interest. The cars themselves, some of the drivers, I'm a big fan of some of the drivers, some of the teams. But in general, it's such an interesting sport with all its engineering and all its difficulties and its situations that engineers have to work their way around to get the answer that they need. My fourth one is cycling. I really enjoy cycling. It's kind of like the equivalent of when you see Casey Neistat like running around before each vlog. That's what I like to do. The only issue is that the rain is terrible. But yeah, I like to do that, but instead of jogging, it's cycling. I always love to go out on the bike, especially when it's sunny, which, looking around, it's kind of sunny at the moment, but it's not very good. But I really enjoy cycling and going out on the bike. And my fifth one is, of course, playing the piano. I'm not going to say I'm a professional. I'm never going to say I'm a professional. I can't even say the word professional. I just really enjoy doing it. I mean, in the past, people have asked me about doing grades, and I've never really been interested in the idea of doing grades on the piano because I just want to do it for the fun. I just want to play a tune. I want to play this. I want to play that. I don't want to specifically do like an exam in something that I enjoy. Right, so anyways, guys, this was a sort of random, kind of halfway between Q&A and get to know me sort of thing. But thank you very much for watching. I shall see you all hopefully soon. I think I'm doing quite well at the moment, but I'll see you all soon. Until then, I hope you continue to have a lovely summer. Good day.